Hey, buddy. Hope you guys doing alright. So I just gotta say it, man. This has to do with communications I had yesterday with somebody who they know who they are if they watch this. Okay, it has to do with 13. And he, I'm not sure if this came from 13, but the dude who I talked to yesterday, he'll know if he watches this. He said something which helped illuminate where everybody's at and why things are the way they are. He said it's not about where we're at, it's where we're going. And it's like, okay, hold on a second. Like that's a good thing to say. However, where we're at for a reason. Like everything we've done in the past got us to where we're at right now. So it's like when you're talking about the future, if you're not going to look at the past mistakes that we've done and that we've witnessed, then we're doomed to repeat them. And it was Einstein who coined the phrase, those who don't learn from the past are doomed to repeat it. It's very, very, very true. You know, it's one of the issues I've had living with these people that I live with that I love very dearly. But one thing is that there's been this like sweeping under the rug type notion. Like whenever there's an issue or a problem, a lot of the times people are so emotionally exhausted that they don't, that they either that moment's just too much and too much intensity and they need it, like they just can't find any type of closure, and so we just go to sleep and then it's another new day and then we just pretend like nothing happens. That's the main MO with how we've done things, mainly, not all the time, but for the most part, that's kind of how we do shit. Is like stuff happens but it's not talked about. Like there's arguments, there's fights, there's crazy like intense emotions that are exchanged amongst people, and but then there's nothing that like there's been no like in-depth investigation into the root causes of these problems and these pains. And it's that type of thinking that drives me nuts. And it's that type of thinking that is the definition of insanity, of doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And then it's like when I look at the people that I share space with, and they're all very exhausted. They're not really all that happy. Like, and it's like a lot of it has to do with a number of things, but us not speaking about these things and finding a catharsis and a true conclusion and lesson to be learned from the issues that we have is us choosing to not walking in a good alignment with wisdom, because wisdom would dictate that you would take every like issue and try to learn from it so that it doesn't continue to happen. It's not that I like to sit in the drama and like and all that type of shit. No, I don't like it either. That's why I'm choosing to dive into it so that we can hopefully find out a way so we don't have to continue doing this. So anyway, bringing it back to the point that not with a particular person, but it was a guy that I exchanged messages with yesterday, and he's the one who voiced the. I don't know if he wants me to share his name, so I'm not going to share his name. Otherwise, I would give him credit for it. But it was him who coined the phrase, and I'm not sure if he got it from somebody else or it was himself, but he shared it with me, and he didn't say where he got it from, so I'm assuming it's from him, but I'm not sure. It could have been from somebody else. But it was that it's not about where we are, it's where we're going. And it's like, okay, man, but you that's very true, because what we're doing right now, but that the only problem I have with that quote is it doesn't allow us to examine the past and how the past has led us right to we are here. And a lot of the past issues of mankind has to do with our greed, has to do with our selfishness, has to do with us not wanting to do the good work that is a part of being a most high servant. It's all about the good work that we got to do, okay? And it's on my opinion, my feeling, my truth that we came here not just to send a message, but literally to change the world completely. Like the whole way the world operates is orchestrated needs to change. And I feel we came to provide that need. But in order to really change the world, we got to change the way the economy essentially is what it goes down to. That's the economy, it's the echo, that's the exchange of energy, which currency is. That's why the most high way of doing things is the ultimate currency. But right now, we don't have a most high currency. We have a low vibrational currency, because we're continuing to produce and perpetuate low vibrational products, low vibrational jobs, and low vibrational propaganda. This is what has sway over the planet right now. And there are many of us here that are of a most high nature, that are of a most high origin. Like we came directly from a higher vibrational reality to this one. Now, whether or not we came here as a choice to serve, or whether or not we fell down here because of things that we didn't learn, it really doesn't matter to me as much. I feel like maybe a little bit of both, but I'm not sure. I can't say 100% which way it is. But I know that we are here, and I know who I am. And if I am to truly call myself a Most High servant, I need to be operating in that type of a way as well as I can. Now, we're all different levels, and we all are in progress and growing at whatever rate and level we're at. And okay, let me focus. Because of that, okay, so, but if we are to truly be growing in alignment with the Most High's ways, that we need to be addressing the problems that need the Most High attention, that are of the most need of love. And it's like, this is also what having this ultimate goal is what's going to help give us, is going to help, by having this Most High goal, this is what's going to help bring us together in that Most High loving way. Because if anything else, like if it's just one person or one dude just saying that we need to come together, well, it's like, what are you guys going to do together? Are you literally just going to sit like around and like all work different jobs while you guys like live in some type of community or something? Like, it's going to get to some point to where like part of the lesson is for us to learn how to live without this beast system. Because this beast system is perpetuating a lot of evil. It's also tied into drug cartels, to drug trafficking, to human trafficking, to all sorts of these things. It's a beast way of doing things. It's not right. And we have the information, we have the tools, we even have the abundance to create our own, independent from that one, as much as we can. Here in America, you got to work with the laws and shit like that, but that's fine. We can still be our own independent society and even create our own independent currency. The Amish are a good example of how you can be in this world and not be of it. And we can still be in this world and communicate with Babylon in this world, and continue to help out the starving children, as well as offer an expansion for anybody. The Amish are very strict. Like, it doesn't have to be that strict. As long as people have a similar motive to want to help things grow in a good way and follow basic procedures and law, then I'm open to everybody. You know, that's another disagreement me and 13 have, is that he's very private. Where I've always been against that. I'm like, no, dude, I'm here for everybody, the public, everybody. And it doesn't matter your skin color, where you come from, how much money you have, any of that shit. As long as you're willing to obey common, decent laws, how you treat, you know, the golden rule, treat one as you treat others. Shout out to Matthew McConaughey. Then I can get along, you know? I think things flourish better that way too. You can put too much handicaps on people. A lot of people have drug addiction and pasts that are full of all sorts of fucked up shit. And for them, getting to a place where they're just smoking marijuana and working on good stuff is huge. Like, that's a huge progress. That's a huge step towards a life, towards health and loveliness that was one when before they were living a life that was like nothing but getting stupid fucked up, like to where you can't even walk straight type shit. And now you got them smoking weed and working on things to help starving children. That's a huge change, dude. Huge, dramatic change. Okay, 13 can be a little bit more, he's not as open with all these other types of things. So and even if he is, I hope he is, but because his experience isn't as extensive as mine is with drug addiction, it makes sense that I'd be in a better place to help all these different issues out, just because my life has been filled with so much more of a variety of issues that I'm aware of. I haven't heard of 13 talking about as many issues as I have, and if he has, good for him. I hope that he continues to help out as many people in as many ways as he can. But me being a Virgo, or I'm more Virgo than a Leo, although I'm right on the cusp. That's I like variety, so I always have. So I've always kind of like fucked around with a lot of different things. That's also what makes good leaders a lot of times, because they're able to look at a situation which has got a lot of different parts, and because they're very well varied and balanced, they're able to go like, you never know what you're going to need. So that's why instead of having like the leader being just good in one certain thing and having him be a leader, well, okay, but he's great when it's that one certain thing going on, but a real good leader that's going to lead in everything should be as well versed as possible, because life is about all these different moving parts, not just about one moving part. So I want the dude who's best able to deal with all the moving parts of life rather than just one, because I also know if there's an enemy out there, which I believe that there is an enemy out there, he's going to be looking at the leader and going to want to do whatever he can to fuck that leader up. So if they know that that leader is only good in one way, they're going to do everything they can to fuck that leader up in that one way, and they're probably going to be able to, because it's just one way. He can't really move very much, so he's trapped. Even if he is successful in that one way, it's just one way. That means that the beast and the enemy is going to be able to fuck up everything else that he isn't a master leader at. That's why if you have a leader that's varied in all different types of ways, the enemy's not going to be able to fuck with him in any type of way, because he's got all the ways mastered. And it also in any type of an emergency situation, by having that much more of a varied experience and knowledge base on a variety of things, you're going to be able to deal with the unexpected at a higher probability rate than somebody that's just skilled in one particular type of way. So, again, getting back to the point, because I'm continuing not to see anybody talking about the starving kids, that is proof to me that you guys are still haven't learned the lesson of neglect and how we are doing wrong, continuing to walk in disalignment with the Most High's ways every single day that we continue not to speak about the kids. Especially when we've been told and know that these children are literally the enemy's food. It shouldn't even be done for that reason, though. But because we are aware of that reason, it should be done because we are aware of that. But that's still not even enough to motivate us. But it shouldn't even be done for that. It should be just be done just because it's a fellow human being that's literally starving to death. That's the only reason why it should be done. But that's not enough to motivate you guys. So that's why I'm continuing to have to revamp things and continue to be pushy with you guys. And you guys are continuing to likely feel pains in your heart because you're continuing to neglect other people's pains. And you're claiming to also be of a Most High servitude when you guys aren't even helping out the world in the Most High ways. I mean, what else is more meaningful than helping out starving children, dude? That's what we came here to do, and if that doesn't resonate with you guys, then that's okay. That's just what it means. That's what it means to me. That's my truth as a Most High servant, is that. And your truth is going to be your truth, and that's fine. And because, again, I don't see 13. Hold on, I got to call. I'll call him back. Hold on. Because I don't see anybody speaking in this type of a way, to me, again, that tells me, and not just me, the ethers, that y'all are still choosing to not walk in as good a way as you could. And I'm just asking y'all to speak about it. Because in speaking about it, you're acknowledging somebody else's pain who is going through something that is more intense than you. And if we have that, that's higher vibrational thinking right there. That's why telepathic communities and people, they would never allow somebody to starve to death because they'd be aware of it. And they'd be like, whoa, I got somebody starving to death over here. I'm going to go make sure this guy's got some food so we can continue to live. Instead of just talk about drama or basic gossip that's not near as important as somebody starving to death. So again, because I've heard 13 say that don't worry about the kids, to me, I cannot do this. I cannot be that and not worry about the kids. It does not work hand in hand with me. It doesn't work with me. That's not cipher. So I'm going to have to disagree with him on that fundamental point. And because of that disagreement, there's a separation of association, and which is fine. We're still on the same team. It's just, my way of going about serving that team is different than his way. So yeah, that's where I'm at. All right, I love you guys. I'll take care. And I'm going to continue to go into this because there's more. This is just the beginning. It's deeper than all of that. But for right now, I think this is good. So I love you guys. Y'all take care. Bye.